Hi everyone. So this video is a little bit of an impromptu one. It's been one I've been thinking of making for a while, but tonight's the night that I'm going to do it. Excuse me. We have a trip coming up. So I've been working out what type of art materials I'm going to take with me. It is a road trip, so weight isn't such an issue for me, but I do want to curate at least some art materials that I'm more likely to use. I'm sure I'll still pack more than I need, and I probably won't use all of them, but I thought I would film it because I've just been experimenting in my sketchbook here, and I thought that might be good for some people just to watch the process. So we're heading out to Outback, New South Wales in Australia. So it will be fairly deserty. It will be desert and more earthy tones. But we are going out to some of the towns as well. And yeah, so I've just been curating some things. So firstly, I know that I'm going to be taking this Derwent set. It does come with a paintbrush, a water brush. I think it's somewhere else at the moment, but I've been experimenting and I'll show you that in a minute, but definitely taking this one. And I'm going to be taking this palette as well. So this is still a bit all over the place, but what I have in here are my Karataki watercolors. So I have activated the ones in the bigger pans and scraped and put some of the paints in here. This is airtight, so I've obviously been using it as well, as you can tell. So yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it. They do work. I've reactivated them. They did dry, and then I put a little bit more paint in. So I'm happy with the paint. And I'm considering taking this Derwent mixed media set. Again, more for the earthy tones. And if I do decide to paint or draw some people, this is actually quite good for skin tones. But I'm not sure. I probably will. Will I use it? I'm not sure. But I'm thinking of taking this one if my bag allows me. I haven't decided which bag I'm taking yet, but we'll get there. So I will be taking this travel sketchbook. It's from Montmartre, which is an Australian brand, I believe. And I initially swatched the paints of both those palettes. So this one, so this is the Karataki. And then this Derwent one, sorry. So that's what I swatched here. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. I've got no space here. So I was doing that. I was originally planning to take some watercolor brush pens from Staedtler. It works, apparently this says it works on most watercolor paper. It actually doesn't really work on this paper. So that's what that dark pink was. And then I played around a little bit more just to confirm that this paper is not the right one for this medium. So I won't be taking these now, but it's helped me confirm that me experimenting with art materials is worth it. So to save myself from a blank page, I just drew some squares and obviously swatched this just to see what colours I had, and then started outlining it as well. But I'll continue with that page as I add more materials. So then what I did with this sketchbook as well, just to sort of see if I was going to take this, I just sat down and drew, that's actually just a shoe rack, I don't know what you call it, like a hanging thing that holds shoes. So this was me using my, I think it was the Kerataki palette, that one. I'm pointing to it, I'm not sure you could see that, but this was just a quick watercolour sketch, just sitting in bed, actually leaning against the door, just to sort of see how this goes. I think that will give me some good, you know, practice. I haven't been out drawing and painting outside for a long time. And then this was me really just playing, so dinosaurs, because who doesn't love dinosaurs? So this was the watercolour markers that don't watercolour. So they look like texture or marker, which is fine. It's just not quite what I'm wanting in this sketchbook, so I won't be taking those. And obviously once or twice still wasn't enough, so I had another go at those watercolour brush markers here. And as you can tell, the purple, the pink and the yellow, there's a little bit of mixing between the yellow and the orange, but it really doesn't work well in this. So that's when I decided to retire those from this sketchbook. I'll keep them. So this was both the paint palettes, and then I also, from my recent, well, I think my last video when this one goes up, with the Neo Colour 2, I began to use them here. So I might just grab them. Obviously, I'm not going to be taking all of my Neo colours, but I did use them here just to sort of, again, have some fun. So at the moment, I might just close that. I've got still too much of a collection. Well, what's too much? It's probably not too much. It's not the full set that I've got, but these are the colours that I've sort of gravitated towards the most at the moment. And again, I'm probably going to take too much. So for anyone who is really minimal with their travel, if I was going on a plane, absolutely, I would reduce this down, but I'm not, so I don't have to. But here's the colours that I'm currently looking like I'll take. So how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 20. Do I need 20? Don't know. Yeah, so that's those. So I'm taking these in lieu of the water brush markers. So this was, and obviously a Posca white or a gel white pen, just playing around, having some fun. And then this has been majority of this has been done with the Neo Colour 2 and a pen. So this is me just making sure what do these colours look like. And I was in the middle of these four have been completed with actually watercolour pencils, Derwent watercolour pencils. I was considering taking my Derwent Inktense, but this is actually Inktense in a pan, so I don't feel like I want to double up and take 2 sets of Inktense. And I'm considering taking the old school Derwent watercolour, these are obviously quite old, and the Derwent artist pencils, because these colours overlap. So the same set of 72 colours are the 72 colours in the artist set are the same as the 72 colours in the watercolour set. So I'm actually just playing around now, just seeing what effects I can get with them. So I grabbed, it's probably about 20 colours each at the moment in here that I think I'll take. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I've actually been quite surprised about how vibrant these watercolour pencils are. I always thought that the Inktense would be really vibrant, and they are, but these are actually more vibrant than I remember them to be. These are quite old, so I do feel that these feel a bit more chalky when I'm drawing with them. But then when they're activated with water, they're doing some really nice effects. This was me playing with just what it looks like. So I wasn't really going for a traditional use of watercolour or watercolour pencils. But just sort of seeing what happens. So this one is the Jade Green, and this one is Middle Chrome. I'll just activate them while I'm sitting here filming. I don't really have a plan with what I'm doing right now. I just wanted to put some colour to paper, and then I thought I'd film it. So these watercolour pencils are probably fairly close to 30 years old. And as you can tell, I mean, I'm sure a newer set probably has a smoother pencil tip on it now. But as you can tell, they still work. And this one is, sorry, I should be talking, here's me light blue. Light violet. So yeah, it's been kind of nice just to use some of my OG materials, really. I don't see a lot of people talking about the Derwent watercolour. I know I've heard a lot about the Faber-Castell ones. But I think obviously with the Derwent Inktense that overtakes these pencils that I'm using now. But, you know, I think they're okay. But then honestly, I've only got the Derwent to compare, but the colours look quite good. And they're going to be nice to take with me on our trip. I suppose if you're doing a full piece, I know on the website, the Derwent website would have the light fast rating for these. I don't know what they are. I'm not at that stage in my creative journey that I'm worried about having archival pictures. I think these pencils work quite well for what they are. Like I said, they're 30 years old, so I'm sure technology has improved. But sometimes it's about what you have on hand. And making sure you use it rather than having everything really new and shiny and pretty and never using it, because that's a bit sad. colour is? I should have, so sorry, this colour here is water green, and I believe this is golden brown. And then the red colour that I was just using, I think it was Crimson Lake. Was it Crimson Lake, really? Okay, it might have been Crimson Lake. I've just put it in the container there, and now I'm not sure which pencil it is. Anyway. Ultramarine. Let's see what you look like. So I'm really not pressing hard on this paper. I mean, obviously this is one layer of watercolour pencil, and obviously the more you layer it, the more vibrant colour you're going to get. But at the moment, it's just more about me seeing what the colours look like. And that bright light blue, that comes out amazing. Whee! I like that ultramarine blue. Excellent. Okay, so they're actually coming out really good on this paper, which is what I wanted to check. I haven't actually done anything with the artist pencils though, so let me just see what these look like. Actually, you know what, I will. So these artist pencils are a harder pencil, so it's not going to be a soft blending pencil, but I'd prefer that while I'm travelling so I don't have to sharpen them as much, hopefully. And they do give you the ability to obviously get better detail. So again, these are also about 30 years old. These definitely are not the newest Derwent pencils or Derwent artist pencils. And having a few sets of Derwent pencils, I appreciate the newer sets as well, but I just wanted to see maybe what I can create with the older materials. I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of creative energy left in these pencils. This is the black. Let's see. And this one is raw sienna. Let's just see. This is French grey. I think these pencils will work quite well for what I'm doing it for, what I'm using them for. Just for some, you know, sketches and journaling. And I suppose the good part of the watercolour pencils are you don't have to activate them in water, so they can be used as pencils. I do think these ones are a little bit chalky though, but that doesn't matter. Sepia. Yeah, these are actually working better than I thought they would. These actually feel a bit more smoother on this paper. I thought because the watercolour pencils, some of them, not all of them, some of them are feeling chalky. I thought these might be the same, but they don't. But again, it's a harder pencil, so if you're used to using something like a Prismacolor, that's not this. But I'll be using these pencils to layer on top of something that's already got colour, so they don't have to be smooth and buttery and blendy. And like I said, I'd rather take some pencils that don't need to be sharpened as frequently. Okay. And then I'm also just going to see if, after I've got this pencil layer down, if I can go back over it, what it looks like with the Neocolor 2. Because I haven't done that before, so let's see. I mean, I think it should. But these are wax based. I don't know if that's going to, I mean, that might make a difference. It might resist it, but let's see. I'm just going to put some of these colours on. I'm just doing it rough because I can. And I'm not trying to make something look really realistic. It's more about selecting different colours. Actually, I will. Okay, I might need. And the fact that I'm looking for a different colour is just helping me also pick out if I need some more. And I think I need a few more browns. Anyway. All right. Let's see if this, what this looks like. This is probably just going to look like a big mess now. Like, what is that? It's a big mess. All the colours are all... Got way too much water on my brush. So... Well, it does go over them, that's good. Might be able to get some really interesting techniques, because that pencil's gonna, obviously the Neocolors are transparent, and the pencil's going to come through the colour, so that's interesting. So I want to see what else I can do. So if I put just some marks on this leaf, and then use a Neocolor 2. Let's just don't know, that's a lighter one. That's kind of interesting. I like it. Interesting is good. I'm not that keen about trying it with, I should try it with a watercolour pencil, shouldn't I? Okay, that was done with watercolour pencil. So, what colour should I use? I don't know. If I got this blue one and I'm just deliberately going to go over that. This one's going to be a mess. Yeah. But it hasn't totally, it's definitely blended the colours more underneath, but not as much as I thought it would. All right, I am just going to go find something and I will be back. Okay, I found what I was looking for. I have really limited space, so this is a bit awkward for me to get this. But when I was talking before about the Derwent watercolour still being quite intense with colour, I just wanted to show you this. So this is the swatchings of the Derwent 72 sets. Cables and cords and no space, but just bear with me, I'm just trying to move something out. So this is this one here, and if my editing skills are any good, I will try to get this closer. This is the Derwent Inktense 72 set, and then this one here is the Derwent watercolour, and they're not that much different on this paper anyway. And even say like this purple, these purples, they're coming out a bit brighter. Some of the greens even look a little bit more colour intense. Now I would assume that obviously when I'm layering the Inktense, that would come out really vibrant, but the watercolour pencils really came out much more colourful than I would have thought. So that's kind of interesting. And then this is the artist pencils, so you can see that the colours match, or they line up with the same colours for the watercolour. I think I made one name wrong. I think it was this one. I've called it Primrose Yellow, or that one. One of them, I wrote the wrong name on it. And of course I wrote it in pen, so I can't undo it now. Just for, might as well keep going. This is the Chrome Flow 72 set. And then this is the Light Fast set. So, given how old my set of artist pencils, and I think I said 30 years, it's probably closer to 25, but let's just say somewhere between 25 and 30 years old, these pencils are still working really well. They definitely don't feel as soft and blendable as both the Light Fast and Chroma Flow, and the watercolour ones, some of them were feeling a bit chalky when I'm using them on paper compared to the Inktense, but the colour payoff is still there. So if you do have an older set, don't fear, they still work. They still look quite, they hold their own in this swatch. And I didn't film this because it took me longer than I would like to admit, but I wanted to put my Derwent 72 sets together just to have a look and see the differences of the colour stories of all the sets. I think the biggest difference that I can see definitely is with the two older sets, there's a lot less greys. It's like there's only a few greys, and then when you move into the Light Fast and then the Chroma Flow, there's more options here. But I guess it's just depending on what you're going to create with them. But yeah, so the watercolor pencils do have some vibrancy to them. Again, I'm not sure of the light fastness, and that might be a deal breaker for different people. And I don't have any other watercolor pencils to compare these ones to. But for something that's, you know, like I said, an older set, the colours are still really great. So yeah. So back to this. So this is sort of at least dried a little bit now. So yeah, the pencil comes through. I like it. That's come through there. I don't know if that's going to show on the camera. Again, hopefully editing me will be able to take this a little bit closer. That's really cool. Yeah, so what I might do, just because I know I've been rambling on now for a while, and I'm not sure anyone's going to be watching this, so hopefully if you are, thank you. I might just swatch the water ones. Maybe I'll just do some circles. I don't know if you can see. So this one's a little bit chalky when you draw it, when it's drawing. So it's not probably not a pencil I'd use without activating it. But I am really looking forward to our trip. It's the first break that I'm going to have this year. It's been a long year. I might film the actual packing of the art bag once I decide which one I'm going to take. I do have a few options that I've accumulated over the years. I haven't bought anything new. It's going to be things I've already got. I'm debating whether to take my travel easel or not. I'm not sure I'll use it, but yeah, decisions. But I do have like a few bags that I can definitely put all my art materials in. I just want to be able to have easy access. I like that as a colour palette. That looks cool. Let's bring it over. But I don't want to take so many that it's too hard for me. I think it's just got to be ease of using. So if I've got access to my materials, you know, I mean, I think I'm likely to just sketch and then colour later on, but I don't know. I'm not sure. At the very least, I'll have lots of photos that I can use later. I really do like this ultramarine pencil. I don't mind. I think this one felt a bit short. No, it's not this one. There's a pink one somewhere in this set that was chalky when I used it. This used to be my favourite colour. What, Kingfisher Blue. I still really like this colour. This one is Zinc Yellow. This one is Scarlet Lake. Light Violet. I think this colour would look really nice for some sunsets or sunrises or dusk or dawn. Probably more dusk. Gunmetal. Grass green. And chocolate. before I activate those, I'll just do a swatch of the artist pencils that I've currently got out. So the ones that I originally grabbed was Ivory Black, because I realised I just didn't have a black pencil anywhere. I don't know if I'll use it much, but you never know. It's when you don't have it, you want it. This is chocolate as well. French grey. Raw sienna. Jade green. Sepia. Blue grey. Oh, I forgot to do, this is a watercolour one. This is Flash Pink. Do that one up there. Pink Matter Lake. It's this one that was chalky. It's not the watercolour one, it's the artist one. Deep Vermilion. Delft Blue. Madder Carmine. Zinc Yellow. Naples Yellow. Light Violet. Kingfisher Blue. Oop. Running out of room on my table here. Olive Green. Magenta. And here's another little watercolour one that I missed. Burnt Umber. Whoops. And Prussian Blue. Okay. Sorry for the clunky pencil sounds. So I'll probably grab a few more browns that were sort of, I'll grab a few more browns from the mid-value range. But this is what I'm sitting at the moment. Might just, don't know. So that's the Neo Colour Scarlet. This one's light olive. I can't remember if I did some of these already on this. I might have. Sahara yellow. Light heliotrope. I don't know what that name means. Does anyone know? It looks like a pink to me, like a dusky pink. Ochre. Umber. Light blue. Brown. Violet. Prussian blue. I mean, obviously I've got some colours that are overlapping here, but that's okay. Sky blue. Light grey. Vermilion. Turquoise blue. Yellow green. Carmine. Dark olive. Salmon. I think I've just gone over this one with white maybe. Oh well. Doesn't matter. And orange. Where does orange want to go? It can go here. Okay. Now I'm going to try to be smart because I'm left-handed and try to work from right to left so I don't smudge stuff. That's the plan. Watch me forget in 10 seconds. I've got too much water on my brush. This is all the neo colours at the moment, and then I'll go down across on the left here with all the watercolour pencils, sorry. So that's the Neo colour 2s. I'll do watercolour pencils. There we go. So I know I've put a fair bit of water on this. I like to just see how the paper goes while I'm home at the moment. But I will no doubt probably change this colour, you know, as I play around, because I'll continue experimenting and creating things. I do need to grab some more browns because that's what I was reaching for. But yeah, I hope someone's found this interesting. I'll definitely film, or I'll try to film me actually packing the travel bag when that happens. But I just thought I'd do this video so you can sit with me while I play around with my art materials and see what I'm going to take. I still don't have a full idea yet, but it's coming together. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people that have their travel art materials all set out. I'm not that person, but I enjoy experimenting and seeing what I can get out of the different colours, which is good. So hopefully you found this interesting and maybe entertaining wherever you are. I hope you're having a great day or night, and thanks for watching. Bye.